guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another product that versus another product, and it's one of my favorite products, and it's a drugstore product, and it's like about $4 in Walmart or Walgreens, and it's going to be the Airspun Powder. And this is what I use all the time. You guys see it on my channel. I really don't stray away from this. I do like a couple of other powders like my Clinique and the Laura Mercier one, but for some reason I always tend to go back to this one. So I thought I would do a video on how my Airspun powder, my $4 powder, holds up to this Chanel translucent powder. This is the first Chanel product I ever bought in my entire life. So when I was standing at the counter, I felt a little weird. I felt a little bougie, but it was $50, which I just want to see what's the difference. I just want to know if the saying is true, you get what you pay for, because this one is $50 and this one is about $4. And I want to know if they do two different things or if they're basically the same. I want to try to incorporate more of these videos into my channel. I just did one with the Wet n Wild versus the Shape Tape, and I'll link that down below if you guys haven't seen that. But you guys seem to really like those types of videos. So I just wanted to do the Chanel versus the Airspun. And I'm hoping it's a big difference because I dished out like $50 for this, guys. I mean, no lie. This is the most expensive powder I think I've ever held in my hands, like literally. Basically, when I buy my Airspun powder, I always get the original formula and then I get the translucent extra coverage. So this one basically has no color to it. And then the Chanel one I got is #1. They have #1, #2, and #3. And this is the one that I thought was going to compare most with this because they do have the different shades. They have 2 and 3, which are a little bit darker. I wanted it to be translucent, just like my Airspun powder. So it comes in this box here. To be honest with you guys, I can't even read what the heck this says. It's in like, I think French, or I don't even know what it's in. I probably sound like an idiot, but it does say 20 Clair Translucent 1. I knew this was the one that I wanted to compare to the Airspun powder. So guys, if you want to see which one I like the best, just keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to start by using my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes. I'm just doing the normal regular thing I normally do before using the powders, and I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes in a triangular shape. Okay guys, I think I'm going to do the Airspun powder on this side and then the Chanel on this side. I haven't even opened the Chanel powder. I'm expecting like gold sprinkles to come out of it just because it was like $50. But yeah, nothing is oh, it actually has the powder puff there. So that's really nice. And I'm a little afraid to use it. Like, it's so clean and so ready to go, brand new. So I just have to lift up that little sheet here and see how this goes. When you open it, and there it is. I'm thinking to try the little pad here because I've never done the baking with that, so. Feels really nice and it feels really smooth. But I want to go in a little bit more with my beauty blender. That way we can really get in there. And I got a little bit on my nose, so just get that off. So yeah, so that's how the Chanel powder looks. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know if I was expecting so much more difference, but now we're going to go in with the Airspun powder. This one I've used so many times before. You guys have seen this on my channel. All I just needed to do was just open it up and it's perfect. So right off the bat, it looks really the same. The Chanel just has a little bit more yellow tone to it than the Airspun one, but basically it's pretty much the same. But I want to put as much here because I want to see if there's a true difference in the powders. So I also want to use the Chanel powder like down my nose and on my forehead That way I can see if there's a much difference. There's no smell to it opposed to my Airspun powder. As you guys know, this smells like old lady, but this one has no smell, nothing. So now that we have the powder on and I think it's set for a bit, I just want to take my brush and just dust it off. Okay guys, so I finished most of my makeup. I just have to put my lipstick on, but I am going to work today and it is 11:25. I started around 2 and I don't get out till about 10:15, so I won't be able to update you guys till about a little bit after that, probably about 11 o'clock. But right now it basically looks the same. I don't expect it to change or my opinion to change, I don't think, but you never know. Maybe some magic will happen in a couple of hours and it'll be like the best powder I've ever worn. So I will definitely come back to you guys and tell you guys my opinion, if it's worth it, if it's not. And so I will be back in a couple of hours. Okay guys, I'm back and it is now 10:23 p.m. so it's pretty late. I look like a mess, I'm exhausted, but I wanted to come back and tell you guys what my thoughts are on the Chanel powder. So obviously we did put the Chanel powder on this side, and to be truthful and honest with you guys, I feel like the only difference I saw was that, oh my god, I do look like a mess. I'm so sorry. I'm just so exhausted. But the only difference that I did see was that this side was definitely a lot smoother and just a little brighter. Would I say it's a big difference between the Airspun and the Chanel powder? No, absolutely saw no difference. Nobody else saw any difference. I was speaking to a coworker and I told her I had the Chanel powder on this side and the Airspun on this side, and she was like, I totally see no difference at all. So like I said, the only difference I think is the price point on the powders, this one being $50 and this one being about $4. I honestly don't know why people would spend $50 on a powder that does just the same thing as this $4 Airspun powder, but I guess it's just the name. To me, basically, you're just paying for a name and that's it, because this does exactly the same thing as this powder does. And like I said, I did see a slight difference, but the only difference I saw was that it was a little bit smoother and a little bit brighter on this side a little bit earlier in the day. Now I look like a total mess, but earlier it was, and you could tell a little bit. If you were looking at me, you would never even notice that I had two different powders on, let alone a $50 one and like a $4 one. There's no little magic gold dust that comes off of the Chanel powder. I actually would prefer my Airspun powder just because it is cheaper, and I feel like people, when they're on a budget, it's always nice to find things that are cheap but that are good as well. I know it's that saying that you do pay for what you do get what you pay for, but in this case I feel like I don't mind using my Airspun powder. I feel like I just paid for the name of this. That's it. So this concludes my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like these type of videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I put videos out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.